Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about something that will change your life if you truly understand it and apply it every single day. How to develop an unbreakable positive mental attitude. And let me tell you something. This is not about pretending everything is perfect. This is about choosing how you respond when life is not. You see, people think positivity means smiling all the time. No. A positive mental attitude means standing strong when things fall apart. It means believing in yourself when nobody else does. It means waking up with purpose even when you feel tired, discouraged, and defeated. That's what separates winners from everybody else. Now, I've learned something in life, and I'm telling you this from real experience. Your attitude determines your direction. Not your circumstances, not your background, not your past. It's your attitude. And if you don't take control of it, life will control you. The first thing you must understand is that your mind is your greatest asset or your biggest enemy. And most people go through life without ever realizing just how much power they truly have sitting right between their ears. Every single day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, there is a conversation happening in your mind. You are constantly telling yourself something about who you are, what you can do, what you deserve, and what is possible for your life. And here's the truth: your life will begin to reflect whatever story you keep repeating to yourself. If you wake up in the morning already thinking, this is going to be a bad day, you have already programmed your mind to look for problems. You will notice every inconvenience, every delay, every negative moment, because your brain is following the instructions you gave it. But if you wake up and say, no matter what happens today, I'm going to handle it, I'm going to grow, I'm going to stay focused. Now your mind starts searching for solutions instead of excuses. That's not magic, that's mental conditioning. You have to understand that your brain is like a muscle. Whatever you practice consistently becomes stronger. If you practice doubt, fear, and negativity, those patterns become automatic. You won't even realize it, but you'll start rejecting opportunities before you even try. You'll start assuming failure before you take the first step. That's how people stay stuck, not because they lack ability, but because they train their mind to work against them. On the other hand, when you start feeding your mind with belief, confidence, and positive thoughts, something powerful begins to happen. You don't ignore reality, you approach it differently. Challenges stop looking like roadblocks and start looking like tests. Problems stop feeling like the end and start becoming part of the process. You begin to respond instead of react. And that shift alone can change everything. But let me tell you something real. Controlling your mind is not easy. It takes effort, awareness, and discipline. Negative thoughts will come. Doubt will show up. Fear will try to take over. That's normal. The difference is you don't let those thoughts stay. You don't entertain them. You don't give them power. Instead, you challenge them. When to not good enough, you respond with, I'm improving every day. When it says, you can't do this, you answer with, I will figure it out. That is how you take control. And the more you practice this, the stronger you become mentally. Over time, your default thinking changes. What used to discourage you won't have the same effect anymore. Situations that once broke you won't even shake you. That's what it means to build an unbreakable positive mental attitude, not that negativity disappears, but that it no longer controls you. You also have to be careful about what you allow into your mind, the things you watch, the people you listen to, the conversations you entertain. All of it shapes your thinking. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, it will eventually become part of you. But if you intentionally choose content, environments, and influences that uplift and challenge you to grow, your mindset begins to shift in a powerful way. At the end of the day, your mind follows your lead. It listens to what you repeat. It believes what you tell it. So if you want a stronger life, you have to start with stronger thoughts. You have to take responsibility for your inner voice and train it to work for you, not against you. Because once you truly master your mind, you unlock a level of strength that nothing on the outside can break. Second, you have to protect your energy. Because whether you realize it or not, your environment is shaping your mindset every single day. The people you talk to, the things you listen to, the conversations you entertain, all of it is feeding your thoughts, and your thoughts are shaping your reality. You cannot expect to build a strong, positive mental attitude if you are constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, and people who don't believe in growth. A lot of people don't fail because they lack talent or ability. They fail because they allow too many negative voices into their space. They listen to people who have never done what they're trying to do. They take advice from people who are stuck, afraid, and comfortable with average. And over time, those voices become louder than their own. That's when self-doubt starts to grow. That's when you begin to question yourself, even when you were once confident. You have to understand something clearly. Not everyone who is around you is meant to grow with you. Some people are only comfortable with the version of you that stays the same. The moment you start thinking bigger, acting different, or aiming higher, they may criticize you, doubt you, or even try to pull you back. Not because they hate you, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. And if you're not careful, you will shrink yourself just to keep others comfortable. Protecting your energy doesn't mean hate people or think you're better than them. It means you respect your future enough to be selective about what influences you. It means you are aware of what lifts you up and what brings you down. You start asking yourself simple but powerful questions. Does this conversation help me grow? Does this person inspire me or drain me? Does this environment push me forward or hold me back? And sometimes protecting your energy requires distance. Not arguments, not drama, just distance. You don't need to explain everything to everyone. You don't need approval to grow. You simply make a decision that your mindset is too important to be affected by constant negativity. That quiet decision can change your entire direction in life. But it's not just about people, it's also about what you consume daily. Social media, news, entertainment, all of it has an impact. If you constantly expose yourself to content filled with fear, comparison, and negativity, it will slowly influence how you think and feel. You'll start comparing your life to others. You'll start focusing on what's missing instead of what's possible. And that weakens your mental attitude over time. Instead, you have to be intentional. Feed your mind with things that inspire you, educate you, and push you to become better. Listen to voices that challenge you to grow. Surround yourself, even if it's virtually, with people who think bigger, dream bigger, and act with purpose. That kind of environment builds strength inside you, even on the days when you feel low. There will be moments when you feel alone in this journey, especially when you start separating yourself from negative influences. But understand this, being alone for growth is better than being surrounded and staying stuck. Growth requires space. It requires clarity. And sometimes it requires silence. When you protect your energy, you begin to notice a shift. Your thoughts become clearer. Your focus becomes sharper. Your confidence starts to build. You're no longer easily shaken by opinions, criticism, or negativity. You become more grounded, more intentional, and more in control of how you respond to life. At the end of the day, your energy is one of your most valuable resources. Where you invest it determines what grows in your life. If you keep giving it to negativity, doubt will grow. But if you protect it and invest it wisely, confidence, strength, and positivity will begin to take over. And once you reach that point, your mindset becomes stronger than any outside influence trying to break it. Third, you must learn how to handle failure the right way, because how you respond to failure either build your strength or break your confidence. Most people are not stopped by failure itself. They are stopped by the meaning they attach to it. They see failure as proof that they are not good enough, not capable, or not meant for success. And the moment they accept that belief, they stop trying. That's how dreams die, not because of failure, but because of the wrong mindset about failure. You have to understand that failure is not a final destination. It's a temporary event. It's feedback. It's information. It's a part of the journey that teaches you what worked and what didn't. Every time something doesn't go your way, life is giving you a lesson, but it's up to you whether you learn from it or run from it. If you run from it, you stay stuck. If you learn from it, you grow stronger. Think about it like this. Anything worth achieving in life requires growth, and growth is uncomfortable. You don't become better by staying in your comfort zone. You become better by trying, falling, adjusting, and trying again. That process includes failure. There is no way around it. The people you admire, the ones who seem successful and confident today, they didn't avoid failure. They went through it again and again until it shaped them into who they are. But here's where most people get it wrong. They take failure personally. Instead of saying, this situation didn't work, they say, I didn't work. That one small shift in thinking makes a huge difference. One keeps your confidence intact. The other destroys it. You are not your mistakes. You are not your setbacks. You are someone who is learning, evolving, and improving through those experiences. When you start seeing failure as part of your progress, your entire attitude changes. You become less afraid to take risks. You stop overthinking every move. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. Instead, you take action, knowing that even if it doesn't work out, you will gain something valuable from the experience. That's a powerful place to be because fear no longer controls your decisions. Now, let's be real. Failure can hurt. It can disappoint you. It can make you question yourself. That's human. But the key is not to stay in that emotional state for too long. Feel it, process it, and then shift your focus. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do better next time? What is this experience trying to teach me? Those questions turn pain into progress. Another important thing is persistence. Handling failure the right way means you don't quit after one attempt or two, or even 10. You keep going. You adjust your strategy, you improve your skills, you strengthen your mindset, and you try again. Success is not about getting it right the first time. It's about refusing to give up after multiple failures. That's what builds resilience. Over time, as you continue this process, failure loses its power over you. It stops feeling like something to fear and starts feeling like something to use. You become mentally tougher. Situations that once discouraged, you won't have the same effect anymore. You start trusting yourself more because you know that no matter what happens, you can handle it, learn from it, and move forward. And that's what creates an unbreakable positive mental attitude. It's not about avoiding hard times. It's about becoming the kind of person who can go through hard times without losing belief. When you master that, nothing can truly stop you because even your setbacks are working in your favor, shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's ahead. And finally, you must stay consistent with your mindset, not just motivated, because motivation is temporary, but consistency is what creates real lasting change. A lot of people feel powerful when they hear something inspiring, when they watch a motivational video, or when they start something new. In that moment, they feel unstoppable. But the problem is that feeling doesn't last. The next day comes, challenges show up, emotions change, and suddenly that motivation disappears. And when it disappears, most people stop. That's why you cannot depend on motivation alone. You have to build discipline in the way you think. You have to train your mind to show up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Because the truth is There will be many days when you don't feel positive. There will be days when you feel tired, frustrated, or even defeated. But an unbreakable positive mental attitude is not built on feelings, it's built on decisions. Every day you make a choice. You either choose to focus on what's going wrong, or you choose to focus on what you can control. You either choose to complain, or you choose to find a solution. You either choose to give up, or you choose to push forward. These small daily choices might not seem important in the moment, but over time, they shape your entire mindset and your entire life. Consistency also means repetition. You don't build a strong mindset by thinking positively once in a while. You build it by practicing it daily. Just like going to the gym strengthens your body, training your thoughts strengthens your mind. You remind yourself of your goals every day. You speak positively to yourself every day. You challenge negative thoughts every day. And the more you repeat these actions, the more natural they become. At first, it might feel forced. You might not fully believe the positive things you're telling yourself. But that's okay. Keep going anyway. Because over time, your mind starts to accept what you repeatedly tell it. What once felt unnatural becomes normal. What once felt difficult becomes automatic. That's the power of consistency. Another important part of staying consistent is having routines that support your mindset. What you do in the morning matters. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you start your day rushed, stressed, and negative, that energy will carry with you. But if you take even a few minutes to center yourself, to think clearly, to remind yourself of your purpose, you begin your day with control instead of chaos. The same goes for how you end your day. Take time to reflect. Look at what went well, what you learned, and what you can improve. This keeps your mind focused on growth instead of failure. It keeps you moving forward instead of getting stuck in negativity. You also have to stay committed during the hard times. It's easy to stay positive when everything is going your way, but real consistency shows up when things are difficult, when you're tired, when progress feels slow, when nothing seems to be working. That's when your mindset is truly being tested. And if you can stay disciplined in your thinking during those moments, you build a level of mental strength that most people never reach. Over time, this consistency creates